Or not. There it goes. I was like, we're not for today. Alrighty. Pick off some slippers. Coming on down to the mat. We're just going to start in a nice child's pose, knees nice and wide, sitting back onto the heels, and then reaching forward, letting the head come down, settling into our breath. First few breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Big inhales and exhales, settling into the back body. If knees together, of course, is more comfortable, take it there. Otherwise, knees nice and wide, sitting back and down. Into our breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth for the first few rounds. Big release. And then seal the lips and start to inhale and exhale through the nose. Letting that exhale be heavy into the hips, long in the back on the inhale, finding space. Big inhale up, and we're going to stretch into the chest, stacking the knees under the hips and just reaching forward. If you have blocks and you want to put your elbows on blocks, you can feel free. Stacking knees and hips, glutes high. If you'd like a little more, you can take those hands together and clasp them behind the head, really opening into the chest and the shoulders. Big inhale, unraveling the hands. If you have them unraveled, help yourself up and take that right arm through, threading the needle, staying nice and long in the back though. Gentle twist. If you can bring the ear down, great. If not, a lot of support with that opposite arm. Taking that inhale back up and that exhale to switch sides. Staying long in the back, open in the chest. Trying to make sure we keep that tailbone high. Big inhale back to center and again into that chest stretch. Maybe reaching forward, maybe the chin comes down, maybe the forehead comes down. Maybe you clasp those hands behind again, opening. The narrower you have the elbows, the more into the armpit and outer wing, you'll get that little bit of stretch. The wider you have them, the more into the chest you'll get. Go where you need and where it's comfortable. Release those hands and sit back, this time rounding over the thighs, letting the head come down. toes under and stretch into those feet, sitting back onto the toes, letting the toes come under in the back. So flex the feet, letting the toes come under, and then sitting a little bit of weight back onto the toes, stretching and opening the feet. Again, lots of support with the hands, and you've got total control of how much weight you push back. Maybe open into the outside of the feet. Maybe roll onto the big toe. Really coming up, maybe lifting the knees if you'd like. Stretching into the feet. Take the knees down and come on out into plank, knees or toes. Core on. In round one, we're just going to exhale down, all the way down to the mat. Release the toes. Inhale for Cobra. Just a nice little lift. Chest lifted, shoulders pull back, hands float or are very supportive. And exhale, down dog. Tuck the toes and push back. Bend the knees as much as you need for round one. Nice wide hands. Walk it out as you need. Coming up onto the toes. Big knee bend. Chest heading towards the thighs. Finding some stillness there. Set that gaze to the top of your mat. And round one, just take a few big steps to the top of the mat for forward fold. Feet either hip distance or together, your choice. Centering that midline weight, letting the crown of the head hang, elongating that back body. You can clasp opposite elbows for ragdoll. Little movement in that top half, left to right. The feet and the hips stay square and grounded. Release the hands to the mat. Press the palms together and roll up that midline nice and slow. All the way to the top, bringing the hands up the midline. And nice tall Tadasana, standing, grounding down through the feet, letting shoulders slide away from the ears. Coming back to that breath. Push the hands together and dive it down the center line again. And we're going to roll right back up. So hitting the ground, letting the crown of the head come, and then all the way back up. Finding some movement in the back. Reaching to the ceiling. And letting the hands come down again. Forward fold. Bending the knees as much as you need. And inhaling up to the top, rolling through, finding a little movement and space in the back, and a lift in the top. Exhale, bending the knees as much as you need, letting the chest lead that motion. Inhale all the way up to the top. A few more just like this, slowly leading with the chest. Letting the head come down, fingertips sweep. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Reaching a few more. Exhale down, finding that length in the back of the body. Inhale up, finding the space. One more, staying in that forward fold when we get there. Coming down and releasing the hands to the mat. Taking that hopper step back into plank, knees or toes. Remember, you've got choices all the way down. This time, up dog or cobra, your choice. You could come into up dog, knees could be down and supporting that low back. Knees could be floating with the mid leg engaged to engage the muscles to support and strengthen, letting the hips hang, or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Again, bending the knees as much as you need. We're gonna roll through. I'm gonna take my jacket off because the hood's gonna bother me, but stay in that down dog. We're gonna roll through a little sequence here. We'll do it slow for round one, and then just nice breath movement for rounds, the following rounds. So big inhale through to plank. Exhale down. Little tricep push-up. Big inhale up. Setting the shoulders down and back. Exhale down. Inhale, three-legged dog, but hips stay square, so not high and open, but long. And then take that knee to nose, but keep the hips high. So a big rounding through the back heel may lift a bit. Hips stay high, round through the shoulders. And exhale, three-legged dog again. Big inhale, taking that foot through to a lunge. Low lunge. Back foot comes out. Inhale, settling into the hips here. Be nice and long in that back leg. Front knee stacks. Exhale, hands to heart center, and we twist over that knee. If it makes it all the way, great. It's round one. It may not. It may just land right on top. Again, pushing through the palms. Nice and grounded in that bottom half. Inhale back to that lunge, finding length in the top, depth in the bottom on that exhale. Exhale, bring the hands to mat, tuck that back toe, help yourself up and step into forward fold. There we are. Woo. Inhaling up, bringing the hands up that center line, and this time exhaling them down wide, opening the shoulders, coming all the way down. Stepping that left foot back to nice long lunge. High lunge here. And exhale, down dog. So that was our sequence on one side. We're going to move through, not necessarily more quickly, but big long breaths. It's not very quick, but that is how it goes. So little holds. So we're going to inhale that opposite, well, let's see here. No. Inhale, roll through plank. I'm like, what did we do? Exhale, down we go, knees or toes. Big inhale to rise through our high to low plank. Shoulders down and back. Exhale, down dog. Pushing through the hands, sending the hips high. Inhale, three-legged dog, but find the length, keeping that hip facing the ground, right? Try not to toss the weight to one side. Inhale, nose to knee, round through the back. Come up on maybe that back toe. Big rounding, big pushing through the shoulders. And exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, step through to lunge and let that back foot go. Inhaling up, exhaling into that hip. Long through the fingers, but shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, slide everything down and twist over that knee. Inhaling back to that lunge. Exhale, depth. Settling back and down. Inhale, tuck the back toe, plant the hands, help yourself into forward fold. Inhale, roll the way up, using all that space that we found. Shoulder roll as we roll through the fingertips and find our way down. And at the bottom, step that opposite foot back to lunge. So we go one side and then the other. Nice long lunge, back heel high, opening through those toes again. And exhale, down dog, sending the butt high, pushing through the hands. Rotating those biceps in a bit, letting the shoulders slide down the back. Inhale through to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog, cobra, your choice. Exhale, down dog. Or dolphin, don't forget your dolphin, that's always an option as well. Pulling the belly in. Inhale, that leg one high, so this should be the same side we started with. Inhale, nose to knee, find that rounding, keeping the hips high, pushing through the hands. And exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale that lunge, draw that foot through, find that rounding in the back, let the back knee, let back toe go. Inhaling up, sinking in. The weight is drawing down and forward right through the hips. Exhale, hands to heart center and twist towards that knee. Big inhale back to center and exhale, sinking in. Shining to the front of the room. Plant the hands, tuck the back toe, step in, forward fold. We've got one more side to do to make it even. Letting the crown of the head hang here. Big inhale all the way to the top. Exhale through, shoulder roll. Woo, all them crunchies. And down we go. Take that other leg back to that big long lunge. Back heel high. Again, sinking into those hips. And down dog, step it all the way back. Big inhale all the way through. Plank, exhale down. Big inhale up, neutral neck, right? Long from the crown of the head all the way down. And exhale, down dog. Inhale that second foot high, so we should be on round 2 of our second side. Nice and even both ways. Nose to knee, come through, round up. Really push the mat away, really crunch in. And exhale, 3-legged dog. And big inhale, take it all the way through to that low lunge. Step the foot gently. And inhale up. Exhale, release those hands and add that twist. Big inhale back to center. Exhale, finding the weight in the hips. And take those hands down, tuck the toe, forward fold, holding there. Inhale, halfway lift. Finding that nice flat back. Fingertips could be to the floor, the shins, or all the way up on the thighs. Pulling the elbows back, shoulders away from the ears. Flat back, right, like we're a tabletop. Taking that tailbone high still. Less of a forward fold sometimes allows you to straighten the legs a bit, particularly if the chest is lifted. Right, it may get some bigger stretch up the back of the legs or deeper towards the calves. Exhale, bend the knees and release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Finding that length again, maybe finding a little bigger stretch. Maybe you can straighten the legs. Not locked out, right? But protective knee bend. And exhale, forward fold again. And if you'd like a little chest stretch, you can reach the hands behind the head. This is not all by choice, and you can let the hands flop over. Big stretch into the chest. Maybe across the sides or obliques if you've been doing other things with me. Release the hands if you have them for the chest stretch. And once again, inhale, halfway lift. Finding that long back side, long chest, wide and open. Bend knees as much as you need. Take up room on your mat for a wide-legged forward fold. Take a step out, settle in, and come on down. Walk the hands over gently to one side. Let the chest face the knee if you can. You can look up or down. Big stretch into one side of that back body. On an inhale, walk those hands across, make that nice big moon, long flat back. And exhale, step the hands around to the other side, wherever it may be comfortable. Take those hands back to the center and take a moment there, letting the head come down, hands come in, sinking into your full form of your wide leg forward fold. Big inhale, halfway lift here. So same thing on the halfway lift here. Allows us to pull the belly in, maybe straighten the legs more. We're less bent. You might be able to find a little bit more width here. Lots of support. And then bending the knees and coming into a seated position. I will turn and face you guys for Lotus. Check our time. Oh, good, we have plenty of time. Perfect. So, sitting up nice and tall. Any form or variation of Lotus. So, similar to Indian style. One foot could be in front of the other, ankles in line. They could actually be stacked, so that would be ankle to ankle. It could be pulled over a bit more like calf to calf. You could come all the way over, like thigh to thigh, or for full Mukasana, you can stack the knees, but the sit bones, the glutes and sit bones have to be down to the mat. So if the one side starts to lift like this because this knee is so far over, we just back it off to that other one right before it, which is right here. A nice full Lotus position. Pulling the toes back a bit, engaging the legs, sitting up nice and tall. Big stretch across that top leg, glute, low back, particularly if you are tight. Right leg is on top, left arm comes up and over for just a nice little tricep shoulder stretch. Sitting up nice and tall. Planting that right hand and reaching to the side for a side bend. You could look up or down. Really grounding down through this hip as we open through the side body, really opening and peeling away all of those ribs, right? So collapse would be like here, and then finding that length, relaxing that shoulder back and down. Rotate through the hips, come on around and forward fold over those legs. whatever that forward fold means for you. It may be flat. It may be a nice lean and active forward fold. Maybe you're supporting with the elbows. Big inhale, help yourself up, and we are going to take the legs wide-legged seated forward fold. Make the adjustments to the hips as needed. Pull those toes back and walk down that center line. Take that inhale to come back up, and we are going to reach over nose to knee to one side. Making sure that opposite side stays glued down, adding that nice little twist, nose to knee, chest faces the knee, one hand on each side. Inhale, walking across the center, and exhale, walking across to the other side. Big inhale back to center for just a breath there, and then we're going to switch sides in our Lotus. Big inhale up and bring the knees in. You can help with the hands. So we had right foot in front, take that left foot in front or on top, whichever way, ankles, calves, all the way up, or knees completely stacked. Nice flexed feet or active feet, don't have to be pulled back all the way, but nice active feet. Sitting up nice and tall, and we'll start with that tricep stretch. Right arm comes over, left leg's on top. Take that left arm to the side, reach that right arm over for that side bend. Nice open heart, right? Notice if you collapse and took the chest towards the ground, face it open towards the front again, you may need to back off that twist, or that side bend, I should say. And rotating through, walking the hands to the front, forward fold over those crossed legs. Take that inhale up, open the legs back to that wide-legged forward fold, and we repeat. Adjust the hips as needed, and come on down the middle on an exhale. Excuse me. Reaching to one side, walking the hands over, adding that little twist. Inhale to center, exhale, rainbowing the arms around, other side, gluing down to that opposite hip. And taking that inhale back to center and exhale down the midline, a little further. Big inhale back to center, helping the knees and the legs in. We're going to come on down to our backs first for some twists, and then we'll sit on up. So come on down, take up a little space, feet hip distance, palms up. Relax the shoulders, relax the back. Knees are nice and bent, so that low back should be able to come on down to the mat. Tailbone tucked under a bit. Taking that right foot over, we're just going to cross that leg, bring the hands out, even with the shoulders, and then let those legs fall to the left-hand side. So if the right leg's over the top leg faces the ceiling. If it's opposite, just make sure you fold it the other way. If you'd like a little more, you can straighten that top leg in the twist, or you can unhook that knee and try and bring that knee a little closer to the chest, or you can straighten that leg, gluing down the opposite shoulder regardless, or just stay in that nice twist. Bring that knee back in and just come into a seated position. That same leg is going to cross over the top. Our nice seated twists, we've done these before. So you have the bottom leg straight, this leg is anywhere on that opposite leg. You could fold this one in as long as you're seated nice and flat. Sitting up tall and twisting towards that knee, just like we did earlier for the lunge. You can use that back arm as a little chest lifter. You can stay there, or if you'd like more, you can grab that foot and straighten that leg in the twist. Bend that knee if you have the leg straightened. Untwist yourself and roll back onto your back. For the other side. The left leg will cross over right. Give that a moment there. Bring the hands out. Maybe this time you bend the arms to 90 for a little chest. And let those knees just fall over to the side. You can take that top leg and straighten it if you'd like a little more, or stay in that twist. Bringing that knee in and taking that roll to the top. That same leg over, sitting up nice and tall. We're wrapping that other leg in and turning towards that knee. And releasing back to center, unraveling the legs and coming down on the mat. Feet hip distance. Just a little bridge, a little hip lift, shoulders down and back. Big inhale as we lift up. Opening that front of the body, pushing the hips high. Still continuing our breath, engaging through that midline knee, leg. And exhale, slowly rolling down, finding every single vertebrae. That's right, until the tailbone hits. Wash the legs out, a little side to side, nice and gentle. And then bringing the base of the feet together, the knees nice and wide. Opening up again across the front. You can have the hands on the knees, you can have the hands on belly. You can maybe reach them overhead and clasp opposite elbows. And big inhale as you open, taking up all the space on your mat. Switch up a bit. Or find a comfortable position for our meditation. Could be Savasana, could be corpse pose, could be knees up to help that lower back come down to the ground. Could be on your side, maybe today's a sad day. Maybe it feels like this. Whatever that may be, find your spot for today. I'm going to re-grab my jacket because of course it's going to get cold. You may want a blanket or some socks too as we enjoy our last few minutes here on our mat. Take these first few moments to do a little body scan. Let the feet flop, palms open, the jaw relax. Maybe let the eyes close. Allow that next big inhale to invite some conscious Just those small movements back. Big expansive breaths and exhales that invite a little bigger movements, maybe a big stretch, maybe a knee bend, maybe pointing and flexing the toes, slowly bringing movement and energy back to the body. In whichever fashion feels good for you. Letting the breath and those movements guide you to your side for just a few breaths before we bring the head up. Be supported with that other arm. Big inhale as we sit up, using everything to help yourself up. Don't expect, we're at the end of our workouts, our end of our stretching. Be kind, take your time, find a nice seated position. The shoulders relax down and back. The chin maybe tuck a bit. And still have the eyes closed. Nice big head circles, letting that chin drop, opening through the neck. Nice and slow. Really finding each side and every in between. Trying to not let the shoulders come up to meet the ears. Rather letting the head be heavy in all directions. Some directions may be easier than others. When you're ready, make sure you switch sides. Still moving nice and slowly through that motion. And then finding a nice neutral neck, neutral head. Taking a few breaths there. Hands can be knees or to heart line, or hand and belly to chest. Big inhales through the nose and release through the mouth. Wonderful way to start our Monday or start our week, or no matter when you might join me for this. Finish or start your day. I appreciate you finding the time to join me and making time for yourself. Namaste. As always, take your time getting moving, taking your time unraveling, putting your jackets back on, putting your slippers back on.